One of the benchmarks that we got at the high school were environmental impacts, and environmental impacts, you have to look back at the history. Well, it's pretty hard. It can be difficult to get that through to a ninth grader to look back at the history and be able to look forward. So one of the things that we did was we looked at tree rings with them. But with them, that first year, we borrowed a tree bore from our county conservation, made a few samples, glued them on a roll of paper towel roll here, and passed it around the classroom and said, "See the tree rings? Okay, see those?" And then they got a paper copy, and it was basically just a paper lab for them. They had tree rings that they measured. They had to identify wet years and dry years and predict what the future would be like. But it was all done on paper, and you know, we thought, okay, well, at least we got that through. Well, when we got the grant, we decided we wanted to do something more exciting than this, and so we purchased a few bores ourselves, and we've arranged with the compost to go get logs, and we haven't done this. Our students haven't done this one yet. This is coming up in April, but we've got logs, and they're going to make their own. Instead of doing this on a piece of paper, they're going to make their own bore samples, take them back to their workstation, and analyze those core samples from their own log. Much more engaging for them, and we hope that they'll enjoy that more and they'll get more from it. Now, one of the other things that we took on were Newton's laws, and those that were previously at the middle school, and we brought them up to the high school. And we wanted to do the first year, we used material from our physics teacher, but we didn't want to duplicate his lessons so that when they got to physics, they would be seeing the same thing. We didn't want to do that. So we were able to purchase some of these air pucks and go through all three of Newton's laws of motion. The kids were able to calculate the force applied to send them down the hallway. We were able to calculate the speed that they were traveling, different things like that. So not only were we doing science, we brought the math aspect into it. They had to write hypotheses about what they would do when they were turned on and things like that. So these two, or Morgan will talk about her experience with them and then demonstrate a couple of the uses of the air pucks.
So with this, we calculated, like he said, like the force, the speed. Like we use Newton's first law of motion with these by demonstrating how force in motion stays in motion by, like, if you just push it, this will stay in motion. But there's friction holding it down. So we learned also about like different vocabulary words about like fortune and exhilaration and all that. But then like these pucks limit friction, so if you turn them on, it actually limits it and give it a push. It just keeps going. And so that was one of the things we did with Newton's first law of motion. And then we also did Newton's third law of motion with these pucks. And then we calculated like what the force was to put on the air pucks to make them go as far as like 5 meters, and how fast they were going, and how much force you had to put on them to get them fast.
You want to, Lily, do you want to, Lily in here? Do you want to come up and give it a try?
Okay, so try just pushing it without the thing on it. Here, Spencer, catch it. Yeah, it doesn't go very far, does it? Because friction's holding it down. And now try to get it, Spencer. Doesn't take much, does it? Because there's no friction holding it down.
How many of you guys want some of those at your house?
Now try pushing it faster. See, it goes faster with more force. Catch. See, yeah. So, with more force, that means the faster it goes, which means more acceleration. Pretty fun, isn't it?